So today again we are doing Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation, but here the type of question is slightly different from what we did in last class. Okay, so as you can see in the question, you are given three columns here, right? So find the Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation between the age and the playing habits of the people from the following information. Okay, so here age group is given to you, three things are given to you, right? But we have to calculate correlation between only two things, and this thing we have we discussed this thing in one of the types of correlation also. I'll just show you again. Like simple correlation and partial correlation, in which we discuss that it involves a study of three or more variables, but it considers only two variables to be influencing each other. Maybe you are given more than three or more variables, but what we have to do is we have to find correlation only between two variables. So this is a question of partial correlation which we are doing today. Okay, so maybe in when we discuss this theory part, you were not that clear that what it is, but today I hope this would be more clearer to you what is partial correlation. So in partial correlation, the variables given to you may be three or more, but we have to find correlation only between two variables. Now we'll see how do we do that. We'll try to understand. Okay, so here as you can see, the first variable given to you is age group, like 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, and so on. And number of people in this age group, like in 15 to 20 there are 200 people, but out of 200 only 150 play certain game. Similarly, in case of 20 to 25 age group, there are 270 people who belong to this age group, 20 to 25. But out of 270, only 162 play any particular game. And so on. Like 25 to 30, there are 340 people, but out of 340, only 170 people play certain games. And so on. So this is how three variables are given to you. But as I told you, we can only find correlation between two variables. So let's try to understand. So what do we need? The first thing we need to calculate here is number of people, percentage of players basically. Percentage of players. Like if there are, 200 people, out of 200 only 150 play a certain game. So we will try to calculate the percentage. So how do we do that? The formula which we apply here is number of players number of players divided by number of people, okay, into 100 into 100. So this is the formula which we will apply to calculate percentage of people for every case, each and every case. So, and the formula for Karl Pearson also here is slightly different from what we did earlier. The formula is n into summation of u v minus summation of u into summation of v divided by under root n into summation of u square. This is u square, not u2. This is summation of u square minus summation of u square into n summation of v square minus summation of v's square. So I'll just show you that how do we calculate u and v rather than just explaining here. We'll understand. Now let us try to solve this question. I'll copy paste this table. So the first thing here we need to do is finding x and y, two variables. Okay, from x and y we will calculate u and v. So this is age group. So from here we will calculate midpoints. And when we'll calculate midpoints, we'll call it x. So 15 to 20's midpoint is 17.5. 20 to 25's midpoint is 22.5. Then we have 27.5, 32.5, 37.5, and 42.5. Okay, so x we have calculated. Now we have number of people with us and number of players with us. Now we have to calculate percentage of players. Percentage of players. And to calculate the percentage of players, which we'll calculate by the above formula, we'll call it y. This formula we will apply, and we'll see how do we do that. We'll call it y. So number of players we have here is 150 divided by number of people is 200 into 100. So the answer is 75. 75. Okay. So similarly, we will apply the same formula for rest of the cases. For one or two, I'll just show you, and rest you will understand. So here now number of players is 162. 162 and number of people is 270. Players are 162 and total people are 270. So out of 270, 162 people play a certain game. So when we'll change it into percentage form, the answer we'll get is 60. 60. So similarly, we will calculate for rest of the cases also. Now I'm just writing the answers. I hope this is clear with everyone. So 50, then again we have 50. I hope I haven't missed. Okay, 50, 50. Then we have 45. Okay, 45, and the last one is 40. So this is what we have got. Now we have both x and y. Now the next thing I have to do is I have to calculate u and v, which I have to apply in the formula, right? So first I will calculate u. Third column to the right. Okay, here we have. So how do we calculate u? To calculate u, again we need assumed mean. So the formula we will apply here is, just a second. So here x minus some assumed value. So assumed value, we usually take assumed value, the mid value we take, like 32.5 is the central value. So we usually take 32.5, the central value. So here assume mean I will take 32.5. 32.5. Okay. And see, we divided by common divisible factor, and usually the common divisible factor is the class interval. Whatever we have, usually this is the common divisible factor. So that's why I'm directly writing 5 here. Okay. So x you mean divided by class interval, that is 5. And similar thing we will do for v also. Like from y we will calculate. Okay. So insert column to the right. So this is v. This is y. And this is v. And here we will assume a certain value. Probably we can assume 50. So I will write y minus 50 here. Okay. Divided by 5 again. So 1 or 2 I will solve, and rest I will again, just show you the values. So for example, these are the values. X is, here the x can be 17.5. Okay. 17.5 minus 32.5. 17.5 minus 32.5, it becomes minus 15. Okay, so minus 15 by 5 is minus 3, right? So here answer is minus 3. So similarly, the same procedure will apply for rest of the cases. So I'm just writing the answers here. Minus 2, minus 1. So this thing we have, how we have calculated 22.5 minus 32.5 by 5. So 10 by 2, 10 by 5 is minus 2. Okay. So this is how we have calculated minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. And similarly, we have calculated v here. To calculate v, what we will do here is y. So y you have is 75. 75 minus this is 50. Okay, 75 minus 50 divided by 5. So this is 25 by 5. 25 by 5 is 5. So this is 5. And similarly, we'll calculate rest of the values here. So this is 5, then 2, then we have 0, again 0, minus 1 and minus 2. So u and v we have calculated. Now we'll see the formula. In formula, what do we need? U square we need, and u into v also we need. So we need 3 things now: u square, v square and u into v. 3 things we need. So we'll calculate these 3 things now. So now u square similarly we need v square, and then we would need u into v. Okay, so u square is 3 minus 3 into minus 3, 9, then 4, 1, 0, 1 into 1, 1, 2 twos are 4. Similarly, v square is 5 5s are 25, 2 twos are 4, 0, 0, 1 1s are 1, and 2 twos are 4. This is what we have gained. Now u into v we need to calculate. So u is minus 3 into 5 is minus 15. Minus 2 into 2 is minus 4. Minus 1 into 0 is 0. Again 0. Then 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. 2 into minus 2 is minus 4. So we have calculated. Now we need all the summations of all these values. So the summation is summation of u its summation is -3. Then we need summation of V, four, then summation of U square,
19.
Okay. It is 19. Then summation of V square, V square is 34, and then summation of UV, so summation of UV is -24. So we have got all the values. Now we'll put all these values into the formula. So this is the formula we have. I'll just put all the values into the formula. So here N is 6. We have 6 observations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So N is 6 we have. So here I will write 6. 6 into summation of UV is -24 we have. -24. Then summation of U is -3. And summation of V is 4. N is 6. Summation of U square is 19. See here, summation of U square. This value I'm putting, okay? So this is 19 into 19, okay? Into 19. Then summation of U square. Summation of U is -3. -3 square we would need. Then again N is 6. Then summation of V square is, I can just write it in brackets so we would know that first we have to solve this when we will. Okay. Okay, there is one important thing, that these square roots for these two values are these are separate square roots. Okay, okay. I'll just show you. Just a second. So here the value is 6 into 34 first, and then this is 4. So okay, one important thing which I might have missed out. Just a second. So I'm not able to, draw it properly, but one thing you remember that the formula is square root of this first part and square root of second part. Then you can only solve it. Okay. So I'll just solve it now. Okay. So when I just solve this denominator, the answer I will get is minus 132. Okay. And when I'll solve this first part, the answer is 105, and the second part, the answer is
188.
188. Okay. So we can not directly multiply 105 and 188. What do we need to do is we need to first find the square root of 105 and 188, and then we can solve it. These are separate square roots. Okay. So now first, we will solve it. We will find a square root and then we will solve it. So finally, just calculate it.
Square root is 140.49.
Okay, just a second. 132. So 105's. Just a second, please. 105 square root is 10.24 multiply 188's square root is 13.71. Okay. Now we will solve it. Again, so this is, if we'll multiply these two values, the answer we will get here is
140.49.
140.39. यही आ रहा है. I hope this is the answer. 140.39, and now we will just
140.49 आ रहा है.
okay, so maybe there is some decimal values which are different. Okay, so because I took up to 1 or 2 decimal points, that's fine. Okay, so 132 divided by 140.39, answer is minus 0. Minus 0.940. So this is the correlation between these two variables. So one important thing you have to remember is these two square roots in denominator, the square roots are different, not under. This is the difference. So I'll just send you the revised copy. Okay. So this is it. Okay.